Welcome back, everyone, to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network as we get ready for game number 2 of today's doubleheader between the home team Bellevue University Bruins and the visiting Mayville State University Comets out of Mayville, North Dakota. Mick Krupski back here behind the microphone with you. The Bruins winning a very tight game number 1 by a score of 4-3 over the Comets. The Bruins on the season, 36-6 overall, the number 5 rated team in the NSAA Coaches Top 25 poll. 20-1, sitting atop the North Star Athletic Association, along with Dakota State with that record, assuming Dakota State wins their first game today. We'll try to get more information about conference standings as we get into the game number 2 today. The Mayville State Comets now 16-19 overall, 10-10 in conference play as we get right into the action in game number 2. As you can see on the mound, Southpaw Blake Crippen will get the start in this one. He's been the number 2 pitcher in the 4-pitcher rotation for these conference series games over most of the season. Blake, the junior, this is his 12th appearance on the season. All of them in a starting capacity. Blake has an 8-win and 1-loss record, has thrown 3 complete games, 61 1/3 innings, 66 hits, 24 runs, 16 walks, 51 strikeouts, a 3.38 earned run average. The first batter he will face today for the Mayville State Comets is third baseman Marcus Hughes. All right, let's get into it. Game number 2, Bellevue winning game number 1, hoping for the series sweep if they can. First pitch, fastball outside to Hughes. Hughes had the big hit for Mayville State, a 2-run home run in the 8th inning that tied the game, but the Bruins eked out a run to win it by a score of 4-3. A 2-hit game for Marcus Hughes. Now 1-1 the count. Inside, 2-1 the count on Hughes, the third baseman for Mayville State. Fouled out of play right side. Now 2-2. Hughes, a senior out of Thompson, North Dakota. One of the hometown guys from the Peace Garden State. Up and away, full count. Here comes the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Chopped on the ground to short. C.J. Townsend looks it into his glove. Throw across the diamond in time. 6-3 on the putout to retire the leadoff guy for Mayville State. Thompson, a very active guy on defense in game number 1. Picks right back up where he left off in game number 2. The number 2 hole hitter for Mayville State, the left fielder, Carson Lundmark.
Batting second for the Comets.
Lundmark, a sophomore out of Spokane Valley, Washington. Left-handed batter against left-handed pitcher on the matchup. First pitch low and away. Here's Blake back to work. There's a pitch on the outside corner for the called strike. Let's see if the strike zone differs at all from what we saw in game number 1. Game number 1, a wide strike zone, but not very high. Nothing really discernible difference thus far. 2-1 the count on Lundmark. Lundmark had an 0 for 4 in game number 1. Swings and misses there. Just about every way possible to make an out. Ground out, fly out, strike out. Flared foul down the left field side. Nick Grade can't quite. Oh, he does make the catch. Oh, there, hidden kind of behind one of the poles outside of camera view. A backhanded grab in foul territory by third baseman Nick Grade. Nice play for the second out of the inning. Bruins flashing some defense on the left side of the field early on. Next up, the catcher, Adam LaRock. LaRock getting the catching duties in both halves of the doubleheader, just like Bellevue catcher Logan Grant. Shows bunt, pulls it back, takes it for a called strike 1. Trad Richardson at first base, second baseman Drew Staley, C.J. Townsend at short, Nick Grade at third. That's the Bellevue infield. Here's another opportunity for Grade, charging hard, gets it on the long hop, his throw to first base in time. 5-3 on the putout. It's a 3-up, 3-down top of the first inning. After a half, the Comets nothing, and the Bruins coming to bat. Let's continue the Bellevue defense. Jake Lacey in left field, Kanta Kobayashi in center. Anthony Lind will get the start in right field in game number 2. And behind the plate, Logan Grant catching the pitches from Blake Crippen. Let's set the Mayville State Comet defense in game number 2. Adam Senden is at first base. Ricky Marquez, the second baseman. The shortstop is Anthony Villanueva. The third baseman is Marcus Hughes. Across the outfield, Carson Lundmark is in left. Cole Jessamine in center. And Tyler Ferreira in right. The battery behind the plate, Adam LaRock. And on the mound is right-hander Braxton Greenberg. So pretty much the same lineup that we talked about in game number 1. Back out on the field for Mayville State in game number 2. Starting pitcher in game number 2
In right field for the Comets,
is Braxton Greenberg.
at shortstop, number 4, Anthony.
Braxton lead the team in wins, a 4-win and 3-loss record on the year in 41 and a third innings pitched. He's allowed 45 hits, 30 runs, has struck out 36 and walked 24, a 6.10 earned run average. Braxton Greenberg. The sophomore right-hander hails from Plymouth, Minnesota. For the Bellevue Bruins, lineup very similar to what we saw in game number 1. The only difference, Anthony Lind is in right field. Lind will be batting in the 6th hole, where Mathieu Serrois had hit in the first game today. Kobayashi, Barnett, Lacey, Grant, Grade, Lind, Richardson, Staley, and Townsend, the batting order for the home team Bruins. That catches us all up to where we should be. Again, let me give you that text message number if you want to join us for game number 2, 402-515-7654. And as usual, we got our Hubba Hubbas in early in the game from the Sakamotos. No more snow flurries, Hubba. Go Bruins. Oh, yeah, we had like a 10-second little snow, rain, sleet situation in game number 1. And just as quickly as it came, it went, and we're back to baseball for game number 2. Kanta Kobayashi, who got the game-winning hit for the Bruins in game number 1, will lead it off in game number 2. Here's the first pitch from Braxton Greenberg. Low and in, ball 1. Greenberg at 6'3", a pretty good target, pretty good sized target on the mound. Working from the first base side of the rubber in the windup. Second pitch, almost identical in location. Low and in, now 2-0 the count to Kobayashi. As we've said for the last 2 years, Kanta, the prototypical leadoff type guy for the Bruins. He's not afraid to take some pitches. He can spray the ball all across the field. He can hit with some power on the pull side. Now 2-1 the count. As Greenberg back to work. Opposite field, nice play by Marcus Hughes, playing off the line at third base. His throw on the money, 5-3 on the putout to retire Kanta Kobayashi. Kanta came into the series hitting over 400, almost 500 in on-base percentage, and 564 on a slugging percentage. So getting the job done at the top of the order. Next up for the Bruins, Connor Barnett. Barnett will be the DH in the game today after starting in right field in game number 1. First pitch swinging off the glove of Hughes. And on that E5, Connor Barnett will reach. Hughes a couple of steps to his left. Ball hit him squarely in the glove but couldn't close it. So the Bruins have their first base runner of the game reaching on the air. Next up for Bellevue, left fielder Jake Lacey.
Fielder, 21, Jake Lacey.
Jake, the team leader in runs batted in on the year. Didn't get any in game number 1, but he's been a consistent force, hitting mostly out of the 3-hole for Bellevue. Took an 0 for 4 in game number 1. Breaking ball up and away. Bruins left 7 runners on base in the 5th, 6th, 7th inning combined. But then the big hit by Kanta Kobayashi in the 8th proved to be the game winner. Teron Williams coming on and earning the win. Strike called there. Now 3-1. Greenberg comes set, now delivers. Down low, sorry, I had the count wrong. Now 3-1. Big swing there, but comes up empty. Jake, a sophomore from Gillette, Wyoming. On the eastern side of the state of Wyoming. Runner goes on the full count pitch, hit it on the ground to short. Villanueva handles it. The throw to first base is just in time to retire. Jake Lacey's heading down the line. Connor Barnett going with the pitch. Stayed out of the possible double play. So Connor now in scoring position at second as Logan Grant steps to the plate. Logan with another good game.
Logan, right.
2 hits and a run batted in game number 1. Hit in the air to left center field. Has a little bit of carry, but not quite enough to get too close to the fence. As the left fielder gloves it to retire the side. That was Carson Lundmark on the play. And the Bruins get a runner in scoring position, but failed to get him across. No runs on no hits. There was 1 error and 1 man left on base. 1 inning in the book. Still scoreless. Bellevue Bruins and Mayville State Comets. Hey, strength coach Jake Alward is wishing the boys luck and hoping for tons of home runs. Of course you want those home runs, Jake. You're the power guy, so glad to have you along listening to the broadcast today. Happy 26th birthday to Alan LaRocque, excuse me. Hope you can celebrate with a win. Go Comets. Sometimes I write the names phonetically in the scorebook and don't put them in, so when I saw LaRocque, I thought, oh, that's a lovely French-sounding name, but it's actually pronounced LaRocque, Alan LaRocque, the catcher for the Comets of Mayville State. Blake Crippen back to the mound for the Bruins. Waiting on catcher Logan Grant, who made the last out to get his catcher's gear on. I don't know if this is the case with Blake or not, but a lot of pitchers kind of superstitious. They want to get that last throw or two to the guy who's the starting catcher rather than Nate, who came out and dug out to help out, to get up the first couple of pitches to help him get warmed up for the second inning. Here we go with that second inning. Designated hitter Jared McCorster, one of 2 southpaws in the batting order for Mayville State. First pitch in this lefty-lefty matchup is low, ball 1. So Lundmark, a left-handed hitter, McCorster, a left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch from Blake. There's a called strike on the outer half, 1-1. Blake Crippen, like Alex Salicio, starting pitchers that like to work from the windup with nobody on base. Off-speed breaking ball, that one slides a little bit wide, 2-1. And the clouds overhead darkening up a little bit again. We may see an occasional sprinkle like we did in game number 1. Hit in the air to left center field. Kobayashi calls off Lacey, and Kanto will make the catch for the first out of the inning. 4 up, 4 down. As the next batter for the Comets will be center fielder Cole Jessamine.
And in the 5th spot, the center fielder, Cole
Jessamine had a couple of nice defensive plays in game number 1 today. Looks at a called strike on the first pitch from Blake Crippen. Jessamine was 0 for 4 in game number 1. Behind in the count, 0-2 as Crippen paints the outside corner with that pitch. Blake on the 0-2 dispatches the center fielder on 3 pitches for his first strikeout of the game.
Listed at 210.
So Crippen averaging about 7.5 strikeouts per 9-inning game. Next man he will face is second baseman Ricky Marquez. Just off the inside corner, ball 1. Marquez 1 for 4 in the first half of the doubleheader. That pitch also low, now 2-0 to count. Crippen worked a 1-2-3 top of the first, trying to do the same in the second. Has to come back from a 3-0 deficit on Ricky Marquez, however, to get that done. There's this first pitch on his way to accomplishing that. Now 3-1 the count. Temperature in the mid-40s. And that one misses a little bit, so the walk keeps the inning going for the Comets. And bring to the plate right fielder Tyler Ferreira. Ferreira, a nice diving catch in game number 1, robbing the Bruins of possibly 2 runs. First pitch from Crippen, low and in. Ferreira walked twice, singled once, and had a sacrifice bunt, so a productive play at the plate as well for the right fielder. Runner goes, throw to second base is not in time. On the short hop, Ricky Marquez gets the stolen base. So first runner in scoring position for Mayville State. On the steal, Marquez now has 7 stolen bases on the season. There's a pitch nicely located on the inner half. Strike called. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. On the Comet, right fielder. Crippen, the glance to the runner at second. The pitch home, fouled by Ferreira. Hey, want to say thanks once again to Cade Sakamoto's mom, who brought us some treats during the first game of the doubleheader. We shared those amongst the press box, and I think there's 1, maybe 2 left. They went quickly. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Blake Crippen. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left. 1.5 innings in the book. Bellevue Bruins coming to bat in the bottom of the second as we are scoreless. Bellevue winning game number 1, 4-3. Hoping to have the doubleheader sweep today. Bellevue comes into today's action on a 9-game winning streak. Bellevue 24-2 at John Stella Field at Brown Park on this 2023 season. Mayville State came into the series on a 4-game win streak, sweeping Viterbo in their last North Star Conference play in La Crosse, Wisconsin last weekend. But with the loss, that winning streak comes to an end. Back to the mound goes Braxton Greenberg, as the Bruins will send up Nick Grade, Anthony Lynn, and Trad Richardson to start the bottom of the second inning.
Currently noon, but could change.
Again, a reminder, we mentioned it once in game number 1 today. Tomorrow's doubleheader action scheduled to start at 12 noon. But again, temperatures are supposed to get down near the freezing mark tonight. We may push that back a little bit to try to get a couple of degrees more heat in the atmosphere before we schedule that one. We'll try to let you know before the end of this one if that's going to happen. If not, be sure to follow along. Bellevue fans at the BUBruins.com website or the Facebook page. Mayville fans, you can do the same at either the Bellevue site or the Mayville site. Third baseman Nick Grade will lead things off for the Bruins in this bottom of the second inning. Nick 0 for 3, but did have a bases loaded walk to pick up an RBI. Here's the pitch from Braxton Greenberg. Hit hard in the left field. That's going to be a base hit, dropping in front of the left fielder. Nick put a good swing on that one, got it crisply on the barrel of the bat. So the Bruins off to a good start in the second inning. Here's right fielder Anthony Lind. Lind was swinging a hot bat for the Bruins before he was injured in a collision at first base running down the baseline. He sat out a couple of weeks, now back into the lineup. Saw some action against Morningside earlier this week in Sioux City.
He said he
got a pinch hit opportunity in game number 1 today. So Anthony
kicking that around. We've got some options, it sounds like.
hitting .352, shows bunt, trying to bunt for a base hit, but fouled at the plate. Bellevue as a team batting .359 coming into today's series. The Comets .262, so almost a 100-point difference in the team batting average, but both teams with 8 hits in game number 1 today. 1-1 to count on Lind. Graduate of Omaha Central High School, so he played some high school games here at John Stella Field against the Omaha South High Packers, who also use this facility as their home field. 2-1 to count. Throw over to first base, back in time. Ed Lahotek, you played some games down here at Brown Park when you were a younger guy, weren't you? Yeah. Yep.
My father played on this field.
And your dad too? Good. Yeah, I played many a game down here. Little league, high school, college, beyond. Lind, opposite field, sending the first baseman, handles it. The throw to second base is wide, however. Off the bag, shortstop trying to do everything he could. Anthony Villanueva to hang a cleat on the bag, but the throw is wild. So Lind will reach on the fielder's choice. Gray is safe at second on the E3.
Throw an error on the board for Mayville.
And now with runners at first and second and nobody out, the batter is the first baseman, Trad Richardson. Trad had a 1 for 4 in game number 1, but his big hit in the 8th inning, pinch runner Takumi Mieno came in to score the winning run for the Bruins. Breaking ball taken for a called strike. Trad looks down to head coach Dwayne Monlix. Trad showed bunt last time. If he bunts it, the best place to put it would be up the third baseline. Showing bunt early. Fouled back. Down 0-2. Bunt will probably be taken off here, but the idea of trying to advance the base runner still remains the same. Up and away. Now 1-2. Breaking ball. Cuts the inside corner for the called strike 3. Richardson thought it was going to hit him. Kind of backed away. And the breaking ball from Greenberg. His first strikeout of the game. So runners at first and second, now 1 away. The batter is second baseman Drew Staley. Again, speaking about John Stella Field at Brown Park, it's a field turf field. All synthetic. 325 the lines. 380 the distance to center field. Breaking ball to Drew Staley. Greenberg starts with a strike.
I like the safety squeeze. Wayne's favorite play is the safety squeeze. I love that play. So there's almost nothing that can go wrong.
Greenberg comes set at the belt. Looks to runner back to second and delivers on the outer half. Another strike called. 0-2 the count.
Who's turning double plays?
Game number one, a 4-3 win for Bellevue. Which team will strike first at game number two? Bellevue with an opportunity in the second inning. Staley stays alive by going after that pitch off the outside edge, fouling it over near C.J. Townsend on deck. In fact, one of my final games of my playing career right here at Brown Park when I was, I think, 58 years old, playing in the over 40 league. So finally wised up, said, that's enough, before I hurt myself severely. 0-2. Off the outside edge, good take by Drew, 1-2 the count. Greenberg steps off. First disengagement in this at-bat. Now Greenberg has the pitch he wants from Adam Larock. Throw to second base. Back in time with the outstretched arm is Nick Grade. Grade the runner at second. Anthony Lynn the runner at first. Bellevue trying to get on the board first. Down low and away now, count at 2-2. Same thing that happened to Trad Richardson, the previous batter. Greenberg getting ahead 0-2, then going to 2-2 before he snapped off a breaking ball to retire Richardson. Down low and away, count will go full. Let's see if Dwayne Monlix has his runners in motion. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Yeah, not the fastest runners out there. Good speed, but not great speed. Grade and Lind. They are on the move, and it's wide. So any way you look at it, it's a 90-foot advance for all the runners. Grade now at third, Lind at second, and Drew Staley drawing the one-out walk. Bases loaded for shortstop C.J. Townsend.
Batting the ninth spot, the shortstop, C.J. Townsend.
His mom and dad in the stands today. Great time for him to show off a little bit for the folks. Flying in from Eugene, Oregon. First pitch fastball upstairs. At the top of the zone, called strike, evens it up at 1-1. Greenberg about a 3-2 ratio of strikeouts to walks. 36 strikeouts to 24 walks on the season. Shows bunt. The pitch up and in, bunted foul up the third base side on the safety squeeze. Though the Bruins bunt game has been a little lax today. We've seen a couple of games where it's been really great, and we've seen a couple of games where it's been not so great. This would fall into the latter category today. 1-2 the count on Townsend. Infield back at double play depth. CJ, one hopper to second base. The toss to second for one across the first in time on the 4-6-3 double play. The Comets get out of the inning. Nicely started by Ricky Marquez over to Anthony Villanueva and then on to Adam Senden at first base. So Bellevue threatens but does not score. No runs on one hit. There were no errors. One error and one left on base after two complete. Bellevue 0 and Mayville 0. Just what the pitcher ordered there, a one-hop double play. Ground ball started by second baseman Ricky Marquez. Let me give you that text message number once again. If you would like to join us on the broadcast today, let us know who you are, where you are, who you're rooting for. Any words you want us to pass along? Birthday celebrations are nice. Things like that. 402 515 7654. And again, we want to send along our hopes to the folks up in Mayville, North Dakota, that they escape a lot of damage, flooding conditions up there with the heavy snowfall this past winter, and now melting and flooding conditions up there, so hopefully that passes quickly. Leading off the top of the third inning for the Comets is the shortstop, Anthony Villanueva. First pitch from Blake Crippen, a called strike one. Chopped to his shortstop counterpart, C.J. Townsend on the backhand to throw to first base. And the ball dropped not once but twice by Trent Richardson trying to make the tag. Bill, that's going to be a tough one. The throw was high. Richardson went up to grab it, caught it, but then dropped it on the swipe tag. Villanueva went around him. Trent picked it up, slapped it again, but dropped it. So E3 will be the official ruling on the play as Villanueva reaches to start the third inning. Here's Comet first baseman Adam Sendin. First pitch, strike one called. Let's see if Crippen can counter with the ground ball right at a Bellevue infielder. The pickoff move, they've got Villanueva trapped on the rundown between first and second. The tag applied by shortstop C.J. Townsend, and so the air does not hurt the Bruins. 1-3-6 to retire Villanueva for the first out of the inning. Blake Crippen with that great, crafty left-handed move to first.
Mayville should have 2 errors. We should have 1.
So Adam Sendin awaits in the right-handed batter's box, awaiting his first pitch from Blake Crippen. Breaking ball in the zone, called strike one. Blake was named North Star Athletic Association Pitcher of the Week earlier this season. Not once, but twice. Fastball up and away. Also, Easton Brinton got that nod of Pitcher of the Week for the Bruins. That pitch just a little bit inside. Two the count on the first baseman. There's one in the zone, heart of the zone to be exact. Strikeout looking. That is the third strikeout of the game for Blake Crippen. Back to the top of the order for the Comets. Here's third baseman Marcus Hughes.
First baseman, Marcus Hughes.
Hughes grounded out his first time up in this game. Tries to bunt his way out up the third base line. That one will go into foul territory. Good idea as Grade was playing back with 2 outs. But about a couple of feet into foul territory. So Marcus Hughes will trot back, grab his bat, try to get on once again. Hughes above the 300 mark on the season, 308 coming into today's action. Lifts this one to center field. Kanta Kobayashi has a bead on it. Couple of steps to his left, and he'll catch it to retire the side. No runs on no hits, 1 error, nobody left on base. Comets scoreless through 3. Bellevue scoreless through 2 as they come to bat in the bottom of the third inning. It'll be the top of the order for the Bruins to go up against Braxton Greenberg, the starting pitcher from Mayville State.
Correction, bottom of the plate.
So what did South do on Fridays when they're playing there?
Well, they have a game today, so they're playing later. Or next week, they just play later. Or like if they have practice, they'll go. It seems like. Yeah, that's what we're doing next week as well. This team's got a game
couple of more couple more text messages in the queue. Is Brendan Luther at the game? I believe Brendan is in the dugout. He has been injured over the last several weeks after injuring his hand on a diving attempt to make a play defensively. Haven't seen him. Is Brendan Luther here, Alec? In the dugout. Okay, so it is confirmed he's here, but again, that's his family listening in up from Canada. Let's go Bruins. Great win in game number 1. Keep things rolling. Thankful for Bruins baseball being on today to help get through the workday. All right. We're glad you're helping you get your job done from the 406 area code. Here's Kanta Kobayashi. He's getting the job done in the leadoff spot, leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning. Chopped off his foot. Foul ball, 0-1. Kanta now with a team-leading 66 hits on the season. Pitch low, 1-1.
Okay. Everybody's practicing. Okay. I was very confused as to why, especially reserve, wouldn't be.
Wind continues to blow from the left field corner to the right field corner. Opposite field hitting into the hole. Villanueva, the backhanded stop. His throw to first base not nearly in time. As Kanta Kobayashi legs out his 67th hit of the season. Had over 100 of them last year. Now again, the leadoff guy getting on base.
The designated hitter.
On base average right around 500 on the year. Here's designated hitter Connor Barnett. Connor reached on an error his first time up in this one. Throw to first base, Kobayashi back easily.
Connor doesn't really bunt.
Connor had a double in a 1-for-5 game number 1. Breaking ball, foul out of play off the end of the bat. I'm sure Connor played some high school games here. He went to high school at Papillion La Vista, part of the Metro Conference in the Omaha area. As he would have played against Omaha South High School at some point in his 4-year high school career. Throw to first base, gets away from the first baseman. Here's Kanda on the way to second. He will make it easily on the E1 throw at first. Again, the speed of Kanta Kobayashi putting pressure on the defense, legging out the infield hit, making the Comets aware of his presence at first. So he's standing now in scoring position with nobody out. Barnett wants to try to drive him home or at least advance the base runner by hitting behind him to the right side. Hit in the air to the right side, but stays on the infield. First baseman Senden will give way to second baseman Marquez. And it is Ricky Marquez who will make the play for the first out of the inning. Connor obviously trying to go opposite way, but got under it a little bit and hit the fly ball instead of the ground ball. Next up, Jake Lacey. Lacey grounded out his first time up today. First pitch swinging, hits the ball well to left field. But out there to make the play, Carson Lundmark, a couple of steps to his glove hand side. Hit well, but second out of the inning. Kanta Kobayashi still at second base where he was 2 batters ago. So it'll be up to Logan Grant, the Bruin catcher, to try to drive home his center fielder. Bounce to the plate. Nice play by LaRock to keep it in front. Grant had 3 hits in the midweek game against Morningside on Tuesday. And then Logan had 2 more hits in game number 1 and an RBI. So continuing to swing a hot bat. 397 coming into today's action. Got to be right at around 400 after those couple of hits in game number 1. Bill's going to find out exactly. 403, so above 400. So he and Kanta Kobayashi now chasing the team lead. 1-1. Chopped on the ground, foul up the first base side.
Just hit for the weight on the low on that. Just trying to hit it out.
I just see the
1-2 the count on the sophomore from Chestermere, Alberta, Canada. Shortstop Villanueva trying to keep Kobayashi close at second. That one's foul out of play, opposite way. Count remains at 1-2. No snack of the day today. Hopefully you're enjoying snacks at home listening to the broadcast, or if you're here in person, hopefully you brought some on your own. This concession stand not open. Here's the next pitch. Grant ahead of that one. Down past first base coach Austin Alexander. Austin, a former Bellevue player, graduated 4 years ago, I think.
2019. Well, actually graduated is another matter.
Okay.
That was the last year.
Native of the state of Alabama. Bellevue doesn't see a lot of Alabama guys come this neck of the woods. Chopped to second base. Marquez gloves it on the middle hop and throws it to first base to retire Logan Grant. 4-3 on the play. The leadoff single by Kanta Kobayashi goes for naught. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one man left on base. One error. As 3 errors committed by Mayville State in this one, but it hasn't hurt them as of yet. 0-0 remains our score through the first 3 innings of this 7-inning second game of the doubleheader.
What softball and Sunday Monday this week, right?
Well, Aberdeen is in. Expect
Is there still a possibility it gets moved here at that
I don't
point?
think so, because it's their senior day and they're closing and they're playing on the football field, which makes McKenna really happy.
That's my fault last weekend.
And it's snowing.
I give both sides.
Next to the last weekend of the regular season for the North Star Athletic Association. 3 games remaining, including this one against Mayville State. And then the final weekend of the regular season next Friday and Saturday against Dakota State in what could be the showdown to decide who's going to win the conference regular season. Coming into action today, Bellevue and Dakota State tied with 19-1 records on the season. Bellevue's only loss in conference play was back on April 7th, the 1-run loss in extra innings to Waldorf University. Dakota State picking up their first loss in their last weekend series. So both those 2 teams heading for a fun finish to the season. Here we are on the top of the 4th inning. Carson Lundmark, the left fielder, looks at a called strike 1 on a breaking ball from Blake Crippen. Blake looks in.
Just like our officials.
Logan Grant, the catcher, gives a signal. That one's foul out of play right side. As again the sun comes through. If you're counting, this is our 4th peak of the sun on the day. When Bellevue used to play at Westgate Field, we would always keep track of the number of trains that went by on the Union Pacific tracks. That one's hit opposite field in the left for a base hit for Carson Lundmark.
There goes the no-hitter.
First hit of the game for Mayville State comes in the top of the 4th inning, opposite field by Carson Lundmark. Here's the birthday boy, catcher Adam LaRock.
Batting in the 3rd spot, catcher Alan LaRock.
Crippen now working from the stretch with the runner at first. Fastball just off the outside edge, tailing away from the right-handed batter. LaRock grounded out his first time up in this one. Again, the move to first, a runner back easily this time, going to school in the last inning when Crippen picked off the base runner with that good move. Hit in the air to right center field. Anthony Lynn giving chase. Anthony will make the catch 1 foot out of the warning track. Nice job of covering some territory there by Anthony for the first out of the inning. LaRock gave it a ride, but it turns into an out. And now the next batter, the designated hitter, Jared McCorrister.
Batting in the cleanup spot, the designated hitter, Jared McCorrister.
Blake Crippen, the junior on the mound for the Bruins, 5'10" out of Hillsboro, Oregon. First pitch to the next batter, McCorrister, driven towards right center field. That one is going to carry on out of here. A two-run home run by Jared McCorrister gives the Comets a 2-0 lead in the top of the fourth inning. So a two-run home run in game number 1 by Marcus Hughes. Now a two-run home run in game number 2 by Jared McCorrister, accounting for pretty good portions of the sum total for Mayville State. The Bruins trail for the first time today. The next batter, center fielder Cole Jessamine. Up and away, ball 1. Bruins not used to playing from behind in conference play. They'll have to do that if they want to win this one in the second half of the doubleheader. There's a called strike on the outside corner. Jessamine, a strikeout victim, his first time up against Blake. Line hard in left field for a base hit, heading into the corner. Jake Lacey cuts it off before he can get there. Runner around first will hold there as Jake Lacey gets the ball in quickly. A strong throw. So the single by Cole Jessamine. That's his first hit of the afternoon. And it'll bring to the plate second baseman Ricky Marquez. Marquez walked his first time up against Crippen. First pitch swinging, deep into the hole, knocked down by C.J. Townsend. He'll have no play. So Mayville batters starting to rack up some hits in this inning. 4 hits in the inning, including the 2-run home run. The only out, a deep fly ball into right center field. Next up, right fielder Tyler Ferreira. He too a strikeout victim against Crippen his first time up. Bellevue hoping to turn a double play somewhere around the horn, up the middle. Breaking ball down low. Still a long way to go in this one. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Mayville State up 2-0. There's a nicely located fastball on the knees. 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That breaking ball drops out of the zone. 2-1. Crippen, an 8-1 record coming into today's action. Fouled, back to the net. 2-2 the count. Blake's 8 victories, tops on the team. Alex Salicio 1 behind him with 7 wins. Ball gets away from Grant. The throw to third base, however, is in time. The Bruins looked like they had a back pick set up for first base. Logan Grant came out of his crouch trying to throw down. Instead, it bounced out. But he retires Cole Jessamine trying to advance to third. 2-5 on the play. Ricky Marquez stays on at first base. So now 2 outs in the inning. And that pitch on the inside corner is the strikeout to retire the side. 4th strikeout of the game for Blake Crippen. He does allow 2 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. After 3.5, Mayville State Comets 2, Bellevue University Bruins nothing.
You got a better read on the pass ball.
Gretchen heading to the bottom of the fourth.
But once you see your buddy go, take off. Yeah. Not really. I mean, had an ERA over 6. But naturally, we're not going to touch it.
Quick update on the weather, 46 degrees in the Omaha area. Obviously cloudy overhead.
We haven't had much trouble scoring runs lately.
Wind blowing out of the northwest. Steady in the teens with gusts up to the mid-20s. So a chilly day for baseball, but a day that you expect to play if your school is located in the upper Midwest. Bellevue trying to find some runs. Bellevue has not been shut out all season long, or last year as well. So a nice long string of games where the Bruins offense has played at least one run and usually a whole lot more. Last weekend, as we said, the Bruins scoring 83 runs against Cellar Dweller Presentation College in that 4-game set. 3 of the 4 games, 20-plus runs.
We were looking like it for a while.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th inning for the Bruins, third baseman Nick Grade.
Leading off the Bellevue's third baseman, Nick Grade.
Grade, the Kennewick, Washington native, just a sophomore in eligibility. Ball 1 on the first offering from Braxton Greenberg. Both starters have gone the distance in the 4th inning. Greenberg readies and delivers. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. 46 pitches thus far for Braxton Greenberg. Breaking ball hits the upper outer quadrant. 1-2 the count. As opposed to game number 1, the strike zone in game number 2 a little bit higher but less wide. That one upstairs, 2-2 the count on Grade. Grade, a solid single to left to lead off the 2nd inning, hoping to do the same in the 4th. Lined at the shortstop, Villanueva makes the play. The ball came in right at his head. He snared it for the first out of the inning. The Adam ball brings to the plate right fielder Anthony Lind. Lind reached on a fielder's choice his first time up in this one. First pitch swinging, foul out of play. Good to see Anthony back into the lineup for the Bruins after suffering that injury a couple of weeks ago. Greenberg delivers, foul back to the screen. Bounce to the plate, 2-2 the count. Greenberg shakes off not once, not twice, now has what he wants on the 3rd. Way wide. Wind picking up once again. Lind down the right field side. It's trouble in the corner, but nicely run down in foul territory by Tyler Ferreira, the right fielder. He's had a couple of nice grabs in action in this doubleheader. Went a long way to take that away from Anthony Lind. It would have been a foul ball.
That in the 7th spot.
But instead, it's now 2 outs in the inning. Here's first baseman Trad Richardson. Ball one on the first offering. Richardson, the Montana native, one of the few guys on the field not wearing a sweatshirt and or jacket.
It's really a dumb game if you think about it.
2-0 the count to Trad. Frenchtown, Montana to be exact. Braxton Greenberg looks in. Trad takes that one on the outer half for a called strike. Now 2-1.
Score more runs than them in each of those innings, lose the game.
Trad 6'2", 200-pounder. Just a sophomore in eligibility. Heading the count now 3-1. Second year in the Bellevue program. Has overcome a couple of injuries both this year and last. First baseman, catcher, DH. Hit line down the line to third. Marcus Hughes on the backhand grab. And across the diamond to retire the side. A 3-up, 3-down. Bottom of the fourth inning. First time that's happened for the Bruins in this half of the doubleheader. 4 innings in the book, 3 innings to go. Mayville State 2, Bellevue nothing.
Oh, yeah, there's no reason to play.
Conference should be done, coach should be done.
Well, just play a 3-game series, 9 each game, and you save an inning for all the staffs that are worried about it.
Again, we want to remind you that tomorrow is Senior Day, where the seniors on the Bellevue squad and their families will be honored for their participation and contributions to the Bellevue baseball program. Those ceremonies will take place between the 2 games of tomorrow's doubleheader. Tentatively scheduled tomorrow at 12 noon to begin game number 1, but that might be pushed back a little bit, trying to get a few more degrees on the old thermometer. Here we go at the top of the 5th inning. Shortstop Anthony Villanueva will start it off. First pitch swinging, lined into right center field. Villanueva around first base. Let's see if he'll test the arm of Anthony Lynn. He does. A throw, 1 hop, as not in time. So Anthony Villanueva with a leadoff double to get things going for Mayville State in the top of the 5th inning. Second time that Villanueva has reached in this contest. The first on an air, now a double to right center field. 9-hole hitter, first baseman Adam Sensen.
First baseman Adam Sundin.
Sendon steps up. Let's see if he might be bunting here or swinging away with the runner already in scoring position and nobody out. Hit in the air to center field. That one's going to drop in front of Kanta Kobayashi. Another ball hit off the top of the bat. Not hit well, but hit in a good spot. The old Wee Willie Keeler hit them where they ain't philosophy. And with nobody out, the Comets have runners at the corners. And the top of the order stepping to the plate in third baseman Marcus Hughes.
The top of the order for Mayville State. The first baseman, Marcus Hughes.
Crippen trying to work out of trouble. Swing and a miss on the first pitch fastball. A strikeout here would be great. That's what Crippen would like to accomplish. Bellevue middle infielders playing a double play depth. Grade at third in a step. A little number off the bat. The Bruins are going to try for the double play at second. 6-4-3, not in time at first. An RBI on the play for Marcus Hughes as he reaches on the fielder's choice. Anthony Villanueva comes across to score the 3rd run of the game. Sendon retired at second base on the 6-4 play.
Next to the plate.
The next batter, left fielder Carson Lundmark. Runner goes, has a good jump. The throw to second base will not be in time. A good jump there by Marcus Hughes. He went on first move of Blake Crippen, got a huge jump, and now he is in scoring position. For Hughes, that is now his 15th stolen base, leading his team in that category. Opposite field, base hit just past the glove of C.J. Townsend. The throw home will be cut off. Jake Lacey had difficulty getting it out of his glove in left field. An RBI single for Carson Lundmark on the base hit. So that stolen base got Hughes into scoring position, and then Lundmark drove him home for a 4-0 lead for Mayville State. Next batter, 3-hole hitter, the catcher, Adam LaRock.
Number 10, Alan LaRock.
4 runs on 7 hits for Mayville State. LaRock swinging on the first pitch. A chance for 2, 6 to 4, and late to first base. Logan Grant hustling down to back up that play. Again, the ball not hit hard enough for the Bruins to have a good chance at a double play, so there's a fielder's choice for LaRock. Lundmark retired 6 to 4 at second base, and the courtesy runner will be coming into the game. That is number 12, Josh Majors. He courtesy ran in game number 1 as well.
Number 12, Josh Majors. Now batting, designated hitter, Jared McCorrister.
The batter, the designated hitter, Jared McCorrister in the cleanup spot. 1-0 the count on McCorrister. McCorrister had the 2-run home run in the 4th inning that gave Mayville State its early lead. Yeah, now they've tacked on 2 more runs in the 5th. Down low, 2-0. Off the outside corner, now 3-0 is Crippen working carefully to McCorrister after allowing that home run his last plate appearance. There's a called strike on the outer half. Crippen a 3.38 earned run average coming into today's games. All four runs he has surrendered are earned. And the walk to McCorster puts runners at first and second as Majors moves up 90 feet on the walk. And the batter will be the center fielder, Cole Jessamine.
Now the batter's box.
Jessamine 1 for 2 in this one.
Jessamine.
Down low, Grant able to block it. Jessamine from Abbotsford, British Columbia. So a good percentage of the Mayville State roster from Canada. Hit in the air down the first base side. Trad Richardson over near the fence. And he will make the catch in foul territory to retire the side. Good job by Trad to find out where the fence was and then stay with it. 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors. And 2 men left on base. 4.5 innings in the book. It's the Mayville State Comets 4, the Bellevue Bruins nothing. Bruins trying to get some life into their bats. Bellevue winning game number 1 by a score of 4-3. They'll need more than that in game number 2 to win this one, as they have spotted the Comets a 4-run lead. Back to the mound goes Braxton Greenberg. Greenberg's 4 wins on the season, tops on the Mayville State squad. He does have 1 complete game on the season. 41+ innings coming into today's action. Staley, Townsend, and Kobayashi, the first three scheduled hitters in the Bruins half of the fifth inning. Only 2 hits on the game thus far for Bellevue. Nick Grade had 1. Kanta Kobayashi had the other. Bellevue had runners in scoring position in each of the first 3 innings, but failed to score. Went down in order in the fourth as we start to see some more of that rain/snow/sleet start to come down. Leading it off is second baseman Drew Staley. Welcome to springtime in Nebraska, everyone. We were expecting the chance of showers this afternoon. This is kind of more of a slush shower. Nothing that will halt play unless it gets heavier. As Greenberg back to work, Staley fouls it back to the net. And again, just like in game number 1, it kind of comes and then as quickly as it came, it goes. So about a minute's worth of a slush shower, and it's already almost dissipated. Staley swings and misses, chasing that pitch up out of the zone. The strikeout is the first out of the inning. And the second strikeout of the game for Greenberg. We'll have a pinch hitter here for the Bruins. It'll be number 36, Eric Anderson, hitting for C.J. Townsend. Anderson had a couple of hits in Tuesday's game against Morningside in Sioux City. He'll get a pinch hit opportunity here, hitting in the 9-hole. Eric hitting .286 on the season. Outside, ball 1. Mostly in that DH and pinch hitting role. Swung on and missed, 1-1. This will be the 50th at-bat of the season for Eric, the Bellevue native. Breaking ball, fouled back to the screen. So Braxton Greenberg has done a good job keeping Bellevue batters off balance in this second game of the doubleheader. 1-2 the count on Anderson. LaRock sets up on the outer half, and that's where the pitch goes. Swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for pitcher Braxton Greenberg. So the Bruins back to the top of the order, third time through.
The center fielder.
Here is Kanta Kobayashi. Kanta has one of the 2 Bellevue hits thus far. Breaking ball, called strike 1. Mayville State outfield playing him to pull. Outside, 1-1. Infield also playing Kanta to pull, which is kind of surprising because Kanta can slap it to any field. His power side is his pull side. Trying to get something going for the Bruins in the bottom of the 5th inning. Low and in, 2-1. Kanta goes opposite away. Villanueva, the shortstop, has to make a quick throw, and he does to retire Kanta, sprinting down the line. Second consecutive 3-up, 3-down inning for the Bruins versus pitcher Braxton Greenberg. 2 innings to go in this 7-inning contest. It's Mayville State 4, Bellevue nothing. Shortstop C.J. Townsend re-enters the game after Eric Anderson stepped up to pinch hit for him in the last half inning. So the Bellevue defense back to what it was in the original lineup. Still 6 outs remaining for the Bellevue offense to try to spark to life. But thus far, pitcher Braxton Greenberg has done a nice job of holding the Bruins offense in check. The Bruins offense that averages 9.5 runs per game. No runs to score through the first 5 innings in this one. Blake Crippen back to the mound. Trying to keep any further runs from adding to the Mayville State side of the scoreboard. And hoping his teammates will rally to get back into this one. Leading it off in the top of the 6th inning, second baseman Ricky Marquez. Nice bender from Crippen, called strike 1. Swing and a miss as the bottom dropped out of that one. Marquez has been up twice and on twice with a walk and a single. He won't get on this time, however. A swing and a miss, the strikeout for the first out of the inning. 4 strikeouts thus far for Blake Crippen.
That's the plate, the right fielder.
Next up, right fielder Tyler Ferreira. First pitch swing, chopped up the third base side. Nick Gray gloves it. The throw across the diamond in plenty of time. 5-3 on the assist and putouts. Shortstop Anthony Villanueva next up. Villanueva, a double and a run scored his last time up.
Villanueva.
Called strike 1. Flare down the right field side. It's going to be in foul territory. Anthony Lynn can't quite get there to make the catch. So the at-bat will continue. Now 0-2 the count on Villanueva. Now 1-2 on the pitch, low and in. Fouled out of play. Whoop, very top of the netting and then bounced back onto the field to play. Outside on that one. 2-2 the count. Deuce's wild situation. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Blake Crippen trying to get out of the inning. Another foul ball down the right field side, out of play. Bruins now get set on the signal. And again, a foul ball off the bat of Anthony Villanueva. Crippen shakes off the first signal, goes to number 2, and it gets the called strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning, 5th strikeout of the game for Blake Crippen. A 1-2-3, top of the 6th inning. That's what the Bruins needed on defense. Let's see what the Bellevue offense now can get done. Bill just said it's been 731 days since the Bellevue baseball team has been shut out, so hopefully that will unjinx the Bruins bats here as they can put some runs on the board. A 5 spot would be nice, Bruin fans are hoping for, as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning in this 7-inning scheduled game. Greenberg back to the mound. He's gone all the way in this one. The number of pitches for Greenberg, please. 71 pitches through the first 5 innings. So he should have something still left in the tank as he tries to pick up the victory for the Mayville State Comets in this one. Bellevue will be at the 2-3-4 spot of their lineup in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bellevue will have played all 7 of their conference series at home this year at John Stella Field at Brown Park due to the continuing winter conditions in North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin.
Right fielder, Anthony Lynch.
DH, Connor Barnett to lead things off. First pitch from Greenberg, low and away. Center fielder Cole Jessamine playing Barnett. Opposite field, big gap in left center if Connor can get into one. Hit on the ground to short. Villanueva has it. His throw across the diamond is on the money. 6-3 on the play. Jake Lacey next up for the Bruins.
Batter's box, the left fielder,
Ground out and a line out.
Lacey.
Breaking ball misses outside. On the knees in the zone, 1-1 to count. Last weekend, the Bruins put up 83 runs in the 4-game set against Presentation against a team that did not have a real great pitching staff. In fact, the team ERA was well into double digits as Lacey takes one off the backside. He's hit by pitch, so 1 out, 1 on. More of a challenge against the pitching staff of Mayville State today. Bellevue eking out the 4-3 win in game number 1. Need to charge up some offense here late to get back into this one. Catcher Logan Grant. Bounce to the plate for ball 1.
We need 2 here.
Bellevue trying to find somebody to give them a spark in these last 2 innings. Called strike. 1-1 to count on the Bruin backstop.
I'm sure by definition it's a strike, but you can't do anything with that pitch.
Off the outside corner, 2-1. A Nick Grade hit in the 2nd inning. A Kanta Kobayashi hit in the 3rd. That's been it for the Bellevue batters. Until this point, Logan Grant puts a charge into that one, but into the wind, it's going to die just shy of the warning track. Center fielder Cole Jessamine able to make the play. I thought that had more distance off the bat, but it settles as a 2nd out of the inning in the glove of Cole Jessamine. Here's 3rd baseman Nick Gray trying to keep the inning alive.
Nick Gray.
Trying to get a run or 2 in the 6th. So they have a little less of a hill to climb in the 7th. Breaking ball up and away. Greenberg does have 1 complete game on the season. Still has 4 outs to go to achieve that here. Now 2-0 the count on Nick. Bellevue needs base runners. Down the right field side, that will tail out of play over near the Bellevue bullpen. 2-1 the count. Hit into the air to right center field. Jessamine was playing opposite field, so he has a easier path running that one down. Back-to-back catches in center field by Cole Jessamine. And the Bellevue batters go down in the 6th inning. No runs on no hits. There were no errors and one man left on base. Bellevue's only had 4 base runners in this second game of the doubleheader, and none of them have yet scored. As we head to the 7th and final inning of today's contest, it's the Comets 4 and the Bruins nothing. Blake Crippen back to the mound for the Bruins, trying to finish strongly, keep his team with a chance to get back into this one with 4 or more runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Nine 1-2 spots in the order for Mayville State in the 7th inning. Here's first baseman Adam Senden.
Leading off, first baseman Adam Senden.
First pitch, fastball, called strike 1. Senden with hits in both halves of today's doubleheader. Came in hitting below the Mendoza line, but he's been an effective presence. Hitting in the 9-hole, chops that one to short. C.J. Townsend gets the hop, and on the money with his throw. Back to the top of the order, third baseman Marcus Hughes.
Can't hit against anyone else in the freaking country, but he gets against us. Get a couple home runs.
Next to the plate, your first baseman Marcus Hughes.
Breaking ball comes in for a called strike 1. Wind continues to blow from the left side to the right side at John Stella Field at Brown Park. Chopper on the ground, Nick Grade. The Bellevue third baseman takes care of the Mayville State third baseman on that play for the second out of the inning. Bruins trying to get the 1-2-3 inning if they can. Carry a little momentum to the plate, where they need at least 4 runs in their 7th inning at bat. Here's left fielder Carson Lundmark. Lundmark 2 for 3 in this one, and a run scored and a run batted in. A little low, 2-0. Is Dakota State playing Friday, Saturday this week, do you know?
I will verify, but I think it's Sunday.
Swing and a miss. Lundmark ahead of that one. Change up on 2-0. Thinking pitcher's pitch. Fastball there pops out of the glove of Grant. Now 3-1 the count.
That might be a strike.
Wind really gusting at this point. And low and away, so the 2-out walk keeps the inning alive for Mayville State and will bring the catcher, Adam LaRock, to the plate.
Sunday, Monday.
So Dakota State will be playing Sunday, Monday against Valley City State. So this series will be over before Dakota State starts their series. Throw to first base, diving back is Carson Lundmark. Called strike.
Series next weekend will determine the conference champion.
Hit in the air to the right side. Anthony Lynn charging toward the line. Now settling underneath it, just a foot in foul territory. Lynn makes the catch to retire the side. No runs on no hits. There were no errors and one man left on base. Last chance hotel for the Bellevue Bruins as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Mayville 4, Bellevue nothing. The Bruins need 4 runs to tie it, 5 runs or more to win it. Short and sweet, that's where we are with 3 outs left for the home team. Back to the mound goes Braxton Greenberg. He's held the Bruin bats in check through the first 6 innings. Bellevue trying to find a way to get base runners on. Let's see if the Bruin batters may take a strike or they try to be aggressive to go right at Braxton Greenberg. Anthony Lynn, Trad Richardson, and Drew Staley, the first 3 scheduled hitters for the Bruins. And Bellevue hopes there are many more after them. Only 3 strikeouts on the game for Braxton Greenberg, but he's only allowed 2 hits. Greenberg has had good control in this one as well as only walked 1 and hit 1. So not a lot of extra base runners on for the Bruins. 3 errors by his teammates behind him, but he's found a way to work through that trouble and have held the Bruins scoreless to this point of the game. All right, time for the rally caps, Bruin fans. Bellevue with the 1-run victory in game number 1 by a score of 4-3. 4-0 our score right now with the Comets on top. Trying to get back above the 500 mark in conference play. Bellevue trying to avoid its 2nd loss in conference play. Bellevue on a 9-game winning streak. First pitch swinging, Anthony Lynn into center field for the base hit. Anthony will round first and pull up there, so a good start for the Bruins as Anthony Lynn picks up the 3rd hit of the game for the home team. Next up is Trad Richardson, so that answers the question if the Bruins are going to be taking a strike as Lynn aggressive at the plate.
The first baseman, Trad Richardson.
Here's Richardson. Bellevue needs the guy in the hole to get to the plate to keep this game going. Fouled back to the net. No action in the Mayville State bullpen as this looks like it's going to be Braxton Greenberg's game to win or lose unless they can get somebody up quickly if the Bruins mount a threat. Richardson lays off that high fastball, 1-1 the count. Breaking ball clips the outer half. Richardson down in the count now, 1-2. Clouds breaking up just a little bit to the west, allowing some filtered sunshine to shine down on Brown Park. Foul out of play. Richardson stays alive. Greenberg comes set and delivers on the outside corner. The called strike 3 is the first out of the inning.
Not sure what he's complaining about right there.
And the 4th strikeout of the game for Greenberg. Next up for the Bruins, second baseman Drew Staley. Staley has walked and struck out today for the Bruins. Takes that pitch for a called strike one. Looked like Drew was taking all the way. Breaking ball, also a called strike. Drew not happy with that call, a little bit up in the zone. Now 0-2 count on him, so he'll need to be protective at the plate. LaRock, the catcher, sets up outer half. That's where the pitch goes, a little flare out into center field. That's going to drop. Rounding second on his way to third is Anthony Lind. And a one-out single by Drew Staley gives some life to the Bruins' cause as now runners at the corners with one man out and a pinch hitter coming up for the Bruins. It'll be number 27, Mathieu Sirois, will hit for C.J. Townsend. So Townsend will not be able to re-enter the game if this goes to extra innings at a 4-4 tie. Mathieu Sirois, the home run threat for the Bruins.
Number 27, Mathieu Sirois.
If he's able to connect, that'll bring the Bruins to within one. But again, the wind just howling. Look at the flag blowing out in center field from left to right. Mathieu settles in. First pitch, down low, ball one, good take. Top of the order on deck for the Bruins. Foul tipped off the catcher's helmet. Mask and helmet. 1-1 to count. Sirois usually gets a healthy cut, but he'll need one to get it out to the left side of the field. We've seen him hit homers to straightaway center and left field. Don't know if I've seen him go opposite way, but that could happen too. Chopper up the third base side. Lynn headed toward home. The throw goes to second base just in time to retire Drew Staley. Sirois will reach on the fielder's choice as the Bruins score their first run of the game to at least avoid the shutout. That'll be an RBI for Sirois, as he'll be the runner at first. Now he'll be pinch run for by Aaron Gardner.
They're trying at first base for the Bruins. Number 2, Aaron.
So now 4-1 the score. The tying run still in the on-deck circle as Kanta Kobayashi steps to the plate.
Now batting the center fielder, Kanta Kobayashi.
Garner with good speed at first. Sending the first baseman, not even holding him on. Let's see if Aaron will take second base. He stays as the pitch goes low. Needs to be careful of the back pick play at first, but a huge lead at first as the next pitch to Kobayashi. He takes it for a called strike, and Garner will get to second base. Fielder's indifference.
Yes.
So Aaron will not get the stolen base, but he is 90 feet closer to home. Connor Barnett on deck. He represents the tying run if Kobayashi can keep the inning alive. Down low, 2-1 the count. Greenberg with a long look into LaRock. Gets the signal. Double look. Kanta Kobayashi lines it into right field. Here comes Gardner rounding third. He will head for home. Kanta Kobayashi delivers another RBI single. And the Bruins have closed the deficit in half. Now 4-2 our score. Second hit of the game for Kanta Kobayashi. Fourth hit of the afternoon. And the tying run has come to the plate in the person of Connor Barnett. Action in the Mayville bullpen.
Next to the plate, the designated hitter.
And heading out to talk is Billy Tomlin, the pitching coach for Mayville State, to talk to his starting pitcher and also to give a little opportunity for the bullpen to loosen up. 21, you said? Alexander DeCaro, who came into relief in game number 1, back up, getting ready in case The coaching staff needs him to come on to finish it up for Braxton Greenberg. So the Bruins, whose offense only generated 2 hits through the first 6 innings, have generated 3 hits and 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Still have more work to do. Down to their final out. So Connor Barnett needs to find a way to get on base.
Tell her you go twice a year.
Barnett represents the tying run. Jake Lacey on deck represents the winning run. Bruins down by 2. Need 2 runs to keep it going. Barnett lays off the first pitch. It's upstairs, ball 1.
Yeah, but if Conta steals it, will be a stolen base.
Greenberg with a big exhale on the mound, trying to get this one finished off. Way wide on that one now, 2-0. What's his pitch count, Bill? 102 the pitch count for Braxton Greenberg. Trying to find a way to finish this. Bruin fans trying to find a way to keep this one going.
Taking away a forced out in a 3-run game does matter.
Now 3-0. And you know Barnett will have the bat on his shoulder for this pitch, maybe the next 2 pitches.
I don't know with his hamstring if he can generate enough pop just hacking.
Now 3-1. Barnett taking all the way. Fastball comes in pretty much down the center of the plate. Now he'll have the green light. If it's a pitch he likes, in a location he likes. Fouled back. So the count goes full. Kobayashi will be on the move here. O'Connor with a big deep breath. Both pitcher and batter. Deep breaths, trying to relax, trying to stay in focus. Braxton looks in. Connor stares out. Here we go. Payoff pitch in this at-bat. Popped up. And it'll get out of play behind the Bellevue dugout. First baseman Adam Senden came over to take a look. Not able to make a play. Hey, that was so much fun. Let's do it again. Barnett with a lot of big hits in his 3 years as a Bellevue Bruin, hoping to add 1 more. And there's, timeout called, requested by Connor Barnett. I thought they were going to call 20-second limit on the pitcher and give him a walk. That would be a gutsy call, huh? Now Barnett is ready once again. Flare to the right side. Right fielder coming in. Second baseman going back. It'll be the right fielder. Ferreira, Tyler Ferreira will make the catch. And this one is in the books. The Mayville State Comets 4, the Bellevue Bruins 2. 4 runs on 7 hits and 3 errors. 2 runs on 5 hits and no errors for the Bellevue Bruins with the victory. Mayville State moves to 17-19 overall, 11-10 in North Star Athletic Association play. With the loss, the Bellevue Bruins dropped to 36-7, 20-2 in North Star play. So only the second loss of the regular season for the Bruins. See you, Ed. So a couple of well-played baseball games here today. 4-3, a Bellevue victory in game number 1. 4-2, a Mayville State victory in game number 2 as the teams split the opening day doubleheader. We will be back here tomorrow afternoon, tentatively scheduled to start at 12 noon. That game could be pushed back maybe an hour, maybe 2, as we're expecting temperatures to get down near the freezing mark in the Omaha Bellevue area tonight, and won't get to maybe but 40 degrees or so at noon tomorrow. So check the websites, check the Facebook page, check the Instagram pages of both of these programs to be sure on the scheduled starting time for tomorrow's doubleheader. Thanks once again to all of you for listening in, especially those of you who texted in Be sure to come on back tomorrow afternoon as we celebrate Bellevue's seniors and their families in between both games of the doubleheader. For right now, for Athletic Director Ed Lahotek, Bellevue baseball coach Dwayne Mondlix and his staff, Bill Mullins and the Sports Information Department, and all of us knuckleheads up here in the press box, Mick Krupski signing off for today. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening and be back here for more baseball tomorrow afternoon on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Take care.